On this installment of Outside the Box Reviews, we're coming to you from the future. That's right, Los Angeles, California, in the middle of a heat wave in 1997. The future. Yeah, today we are looking at NECA's Predator 2 Elder Predator figure. This guy has been somewhat elusive for me in this go-round of picking up figures. I have already reviewed his two series mates, the Predator Hound and the Masked Classic Predator. But this was the first of the Predator figures I had in hand. And if you heard me complaining on the other videos, he broke. I got him out of the package, I was posing him that night that I first had him, and his arm broke off right here at the elbow. I was actually trying to reposition this machete hand. Just snapped off at the elbow. So disappointed. It was about 10 o'clock at night, so I had to wait till the next day, went back to Toys R Us to exchange him. And there were no more. All that was left on the shelf was a single Predator Hound, which was the one I hadn't picked up out of the three to start with. So I exchanged him out for the Predator Hound, and I was very disappointed. Checked a few more Toys R Us's, I was doing some traveling. No luck, did not find him. Finally, I walked into this Toys R Us on the far side of town the other day, and they had two. I was so happy. I grabbed one off the shelf, ran outside, bought it, but ran outside to my car, opened him up just to make sure he was in good shape. Everything looked good. I started testing the joints, making sure they all worked. I got to the elbow. Snap. Immediately, as soon as I touched it, as soon as I put the slightest bit of pressure, broke off at the elbow. Went back in. Fortunately, in the time that took, nobody had picked up the last one on the shelf, and I have been so gentle with him, and I am just dreading that I'm going to break his arm again. And I don't think I'm going to, because I managed to get a good amount of paint off of the joint itself. But if I am being a little hesitant in this review, please forgive me. And the issues I was having getting this guy were made all the worse by this is the one I wanted out of this line more than any other figure. The Hound, I could take or leave, honestly. The Masked Classic, I really wanted it, but if I had to pass on him, I wouldn't cry over it. This is the figure I wanted most. I'm glad that I managed to get one, and I just hope he stays intact. Before I get too far on him, I'm going to say something that I've said in the last few reviews. His body is the classic Predator body. I'll just pause for a moment while the collective groan from the audience goes out. That's right, this summer, NECA has released 4 Predator figures. It's been the Classic Masked, the Hound, the Elder, and the Gort, or the Classic with Gort Mask, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. All of them, except for the Hound, are the same body. However, the Elder has a new paint job, obviously giving him this grayish-blue look, which is pretty nice. He has a bunch more accessories on him. He's got a couple other details that make him not feel so much of a repaint. But I have to say, I was a little disappointed when I realized he's yet another repaint of the same body. Fortunately, this line at Toys R Us has been a few dollars cheaper than normal. It used to go for $16, $17.99, somewhere in that range. Now it's going for $14.99. So it's a couple bucks saved, and I feel like they kind of owe it to us for the reuse of the sculpt so many times. But he is a well-done figure. He's very cool looking. He's got the same wrist gauntlet as they all do. Extends, retracts. He's got a lot of new bits on him. As you can see up here, the shoulder armor here is the same. And it goes down onto the back as being the same. Same gun up here, which can be removed in the same way. The gun moves, swivels, rotates, all that fun stuff we've come to expect. The strap from the armor here comes across, and I believe it's probably the same underneath, but they've added an extra layer here that comes down to form a double strap under his arm and connect back here. So that breaks up the old thing a little bit. There's also this long kind of bandolier-ish strap across him and dual belts. He has part of a skull with some pieces hanging down on this one. You can see another facet right here where the belt connects. He has his holster here, which looks like it has a bit of spinal column on it and some other bones and jewels and things. He has the same flap on the back that the other one did. He has a nice little pouch here. I guess that's what's held on by the bandolier looking things, this little pouch. Before we go too much further, we'll take a look at his accessories. He has his machete-ish sword thing here. Really cool looking. Nice and long. It's got some nice grooves and cuts in it, making it look really alien and angular. It's got the wrappings on the hilt. It looks like part of a bone here at the end. Really nice looking. He holds it well, and it also will go right here in the holster. Looks really cool. He also comes with the flintlock pistol, which is of course a human weapon, and it looks like such. It has kind of detailing on the handle here. You can see the flintlock mechanism, the trigger, the barrel. And here on the side, I don't know if my camera's good enough to make it out. It actually has the inscription. And it's a little smushed, it's a little small, I'm having trouble reading it, but there definitely is the inscription and the date on the side of the gun. Pretty darn cool, if you ask me. Now, you can put it in his belt like I had it before. He can't really hold it like a gun. I mean, I guess you could probably wedge it in his hand, but obviously his finger wouldn't be on the trigger at all. But he doesn't fire it. He wouldn't fire it. So of course you could put it in there like that, like he's handing it off to Danny Glover. But like here, you're getting too old for this crap, just like this gun. It's a cool accessory. Definitely a must with the Elder Predator. He has his bone trophy necklace here. And it was weirding me out because it just kind of sits in the front. I looked at the movie, that's how it sits. It really doesn't go around his arm or anything like that. And then I realized when I went to put it around his arm just to see how it would look, that this is the exact same necklace that we see draped over the shoulder of the classic Predator. Same pieces, same little skulls, reused again. I feel like a broken record on this with NECA reusing parts. And I understand it keeps costs down. I understand that these Predators at the end of Predator 2 were kind of made from recycled bits. So it makes sense that he is recycled parts on NECA's behalf, but it's just kind of sad to see it like that. This necklace up here, however, is all original. The little skull on kind of a beaded looking necklace. And I just realized this, once again I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but on the bandolier here there actually is Predator writing on it. That's a nice addition. The feet we get are the same that we had on the other Predator before, but the hands are unique. You can see this one is an open hand, which I don't believe we've gotten before on this Predator. It's a nice look having an open hand. And then this hand is made to hold things. It is a different hand sculpt if I bring in the classic Gort Predator. The fingers are different. This one, the fingers are more open. They're more closed on this one. And something I noticed is I don't know if it's on his armor or if it's him, but he has little claws off to the side on his wrist, which the other Predators do not have. So I don't know if it's like a little dew claw or something, or if it's just on this strap on his wrist. I really can't tell. The head sculpt is awesome on this figure. Absolutely fantastic. The mouth is kind of part open, part closed. It's not as closed as the closed mouth we've gotten of this Predator, and not as open as the open mouth. It's kind of got this sneering expression on it. He's got the little sharp parts coming down here, little teeth below his teeth, I guess you want to call it. The teeth look really sharp and vicious, and the detail goes well all the way into the mouth. He's got little reddish eyes in there under his heavy brow. You can see the detailing of the quills above his eyes. Got all kinds of patterns and things on top of the head. He has his little dangly lip ring here. It's actually two little plastic pieces painted gold. They both move, which gives it a lot of realism to the look. I really like that. Then you got the dreads, which are all full of beads and cool little fixtures. I like this one back here, this big chunky one. Definitely really cool looking dreadlocks. For articulation, it's what you'd come to expect. He's got his ball jointed head. Can rotate and bend at the arms, the shoulders. You can bend, rotate the elbow, though I'm so nervous I'm going to break it. I'm not even rotating this one for the demonstration because I'm still scared it's going to just snap in two. So please be careful with this if you have it. Like I said, it was not an isolated incident that mine broke like that. Ball jointed hand. Even with all that stuff, you could still rotate at the waist. There's the V cut at the crotch. Rotate the upper leg. Bend and rotate at the knee. And ball jointed at the foot. So having gotten this guy 3 times, I asked myself, was it worth it? And I gotta say, yeah, it was. I would recommend him. I think he's awesome. I think he's one of the coolest Predators they've put out so far. I really, really like this one. And I know he's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Predator 2, not a great movie. By any means. The Elder Predator, on screen for 30 seconds? Maybe? I don't know. Not a lot of time. Not on screen long. But he is cool. The design is unique, despite reusing the body and the necklace. But he just looks cool. He's got like the pirate vibe going on here with the piercing and the jewelry and the sword and the pistol. He's just a cool figure. But once again, you kind of gotta have some love for Predator 2 to appreciate him. And that's probably hard to come by some days. In all honesty, I'm kind of surprised they didn't skip the Gort mask altogether and release this guy as their Comic-Con exclusive, and then release maybe the Predator 2 this summer. It's actually kind of surprising that this just got thrown in with the normal line, because I'm not sure if he has the appeal to bring in enough people. Granted, from what I've seen of case size, it's 2 of everything per case, so it doesn't really have to sell much per store to make their money. The breaking thing is a sticking point. It scares me. I hate having figures that I'm afraid to touch because I think it's going to break. I think over time I've gotten that arm loosened up enough, so maybe later on down the line I can feel safe posing him and things like that. But for now, he's going to kind of be put in a safe place and just kind of set aside. But he looks really cool. He's going to look awesome in my collection. And the Predator 2 Lost Predators are what NECA's focusing on now. I think in the fall we've got the main Predator from Predator 2 and then 2 more of the Lost Predators. So you gotta have their leader in there if you want your complete set. After this Predator week that we've had, I gotta say, I think I need a bigger shelf. NECA just keeps putting out amazing figures, especially in this Predators line, but honestly, overall, I've been really impressed with their work lately. These Predators are super articulated, super detailed, and for the most part, I've had good luck with them as far as durability goes. Not always, but sometimes. And I look forward to doing another mad, crazy Predator week. Of course, probably minus a figure next time. When they release the new figures sometime this fall. Definitely excited for that one. So stay tuned. I got more other characters to come. And sooner or later, we'll be back with more Predators. I can promise you that. Stay tuned.